Today on Makeup Effects Tech, we're going to show the application and coloring of a Prosaide transfer. Be careful, your safety is important. Today we're going to be using a Studio Prosaide transfer from friendsbeautysupply.com. For this application, you're going to need a few things. Some brushes and Q-tips, 99% alcohol, an alcohol makeup palette, water, and a paper towel or sponge. You're also going to need colorless powder and KY jelly. And lastly, Prosaide adhesive. The first thing you're going to do is remove the flashing from the transfer piece. With a Q-tip or brush, use 99% alcohol to clean and blend the transfer's edge. Let the alcohol dry before moving on to the next step. Apply Prosaide to the surface and edges of your transfer piece. Remember to let it dry before moving on to the next step. Now you're going to stick the transfer to the water slide transfer paper. You want to use the shiny side, not the matte side. Remember, shiny side down. Place the shiny side of the paper onto the transfer and rub down. You want to rub the entire surface area of the piece. Very important. Flip the transfer and continue rubbing it. Remove the acetate slowly and carefully. You want to take your time and make sure not to mess up the blending edge or the piece itself. If you've done the previous steps properly, it should come out like this. Although this is not an essential step, we're adding some Prosaide to the arm of our model and to the back of the piece. You don't have to do this, it just helps it to stick a lot better. We hold the paper up to the light and trace the outline of the transfer piece. It helps you see where it goes and makes the application a little bit easier. Line up your paper and press down onto the model's skin. With a sponge or wet paper towel, begin to soak the transfer paper. When the paper is completely soaked, it should remove from the transfer with ease. You can use 99% alcohol to blend and finesse the edges of the piece. We're using the alcohol makeup palette to color the prosthetic. We've started coloring the piece by adding a reddish purple to the center. We then added a light red around the wound to create the look of distressed skin. To get the most realistic results with the alcohol palette, you want to layer the color in thin washes. Blending the makeup is really important in getting a realistic look. You want to start from the makeup around the piece and slowly blend outwards. The final color is a concentrated red placed around the inner ring of the wound. When you're done coloring, set the piece with a liberal amount of powder. The powder sets the makeup and it removes the tack from any residual glue. Now that we've powdered the piece, we want to bring back some of the shine. We're going to use a little bit of KY on a brush. Brush it around on the inside of the wound, and then lightly dab it around the perimeter. You can remove excess KY with a paper towel or makeup sponge. And that, my friends, is it. This is the finished Prosaide transfer. Leave it dry or add blood for a startlingly realistic effect. Thanks again to friendsbeautysupply.com. For all your makeup and special effects supply needs, friendsbeautysupply.com. Thanks for watching, and please join us at makeupeffectstech.com. We're constantly updating with news, reviews, and tutorials from the world of makeup and special effects.